Guys, welcome back. This is Anil Sharma, motivational speaker and corporate trainer. According to a data released by World Health Organization (WHO), in 2021 year alone, around 800,000 people all over the world committed suicide. This is alarming figure. When we talk about India, in India alone in the year 2021, around 1,65,000 people committed suicide. And the average age of the people who committed suicide all over the world and in India was 36 years. That means most of the people who are committing suicide are under the age of 40 years. So these people, this category of people who are committing suicide according to the data released by WHO are working class people. I mean, they are the people who are contributing for the growth of any society and country. So these data, these figures are really alarming. And one of the most common themes running across all of these cases is the cases of depression. So depression is the first perpetuating factor present in almost all of these cases. What is depression and why does it happen? See, when you encounter a problem and when you think you have not encountered problem yet, but when you think that the problem is on its way and very soon it is going to hit you, there arises a hell lot of negative thoughts inside your mind, and these negative thoughts give rise to a feeling of frustration, feeling of hopelessness, and ultimately feeling of depression. So in a state of depression, you see yourself as ineffective. You see your coping resources as insufficient to deal with the problem that is about to hit you. But that is not the case. If you look back at the problems you might have encountered in past, you must have successfully overcome all these problems. Though you might have had painful nights, you might have had sleepless nights, though the thoughts associated with the problem might have haunted you, but when the problem actually hit you, when the problem actually did hit you, you successfully overcame it. So that is the most important aspect about depression, because most of the cases, most of the thought processes associated with depression are perceived. They are not real, because your ability to cope with the problem, your ability to deal with depression is more powerful than you think. So the most important thing to keep in mind is that don't worry about the thoughts associated with the problem, because thoughts of the problem are more painful. Thoughts of the problem, what will happen? What is going to happen next? How would I deal with this problem? Oh my God, what will happen to my future? All these thoughts, when they all these jumble of thoughts, when they appear in your mind, they give you more haunting nights. They give you more sleepless nights. They give you more pain. So the most important thing to remember is that let the problem come. I have my coping resources at my disposal. I am fully equipped, fully able to deal with the situation, and let handle the situation. So you have to control on the thoughts, negative thoughts associated with the problem. Normally I see people give up before when the problem actually hits them, or they are going through the problem. Winston Churchill once said, if you are going through hell, keep you going, but don't you stop. So that should be the motto. Instead of giving up, instead of getting bogged down with the onslaught of thoughts, negative thoughts associated with any problem that may give rise to depression, you keep chugging on. You keep marching ahead. That is the most important thing. The important thing to keep in mind while dealing with depression is that fear. Fear is an important factor, because we fear, what if we lose this? What if this happened with me? What if I do not pass the exam? What if I do not get this job? What if I do not accept, if that person doesn't accept my proposal, and hell lot of other things. So to deal with this thing, to deal effectively with depression, and particularly this topic, that you keep in mind, accept what is the worst that can happen to you. Because most of us do not want to go through the phase of fear. Fear is very fearful. So imagine in your mind, in any situation, in any context, imagine in your mind, because most of these things are perceived, they do not exist in reality. So imagine in your mind what is the worst thing that can happen to you. Okay, this is the worst thing. Take a scenario, and in this particular scenario, this is the worst thing that can happen to you. Now you close your eyes, mentally accept, if this is the worst thing that can happen to me, I am ready to accept that. Take my words. The moment you accept the worst thing that can happen to you, you mentally accept it, all your fear will go away. All your fear will disappear in just 1 second. Because fear does not exist. These demons of depression and fear are not real, they are perceived. And the moment you accept, the moment you put them into proper perspective, they disappear. They disappear into thin air. So imagine what is the worst thing that can happen to you and mentally accept it. Okay, if this is the worst thing that can happen to me, I mentally accept it. I am ready to face it. I am ready to go through it. And the moment you do, miracle will happen. What will happen? All your fear will disappear. The very instant your fear will disappear, and there will be no feeling of depression, because now you have mentally prepared yourself to face the worst. Because we always try to evade, we always try to run away what worse can happen with us. But the moment you accept it, the moment you look it into face, it disappears. Same is the case with fear. Same is the case with different sort of fears also. I do not want to talk about those things now. But you accept what is the worst thing that can happen to you and mentally accept it, make yourself ready for it, and then start working on any goal. Then you start working to face any problem, and then you will see that there is no fear, and when there is no fear, there is no frustration. When there is no frustration, there is no depression. It's very important aspect. Another important thing which I would like to share with you is that the problem of ruminating between the past and future. Lao Tzu once said, when you are worrying, you are living in future, and when you are regretting, you are living in past. And this is the nature of our mind, and this is the nature of our thought process, that we always keep worrying about future. Oh my God, what will happen tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? What would I do if this does not happen? What I did yesterday, I could not do it properly. Yesterday has gone, tomorrow has not come yet. So don't worry about tomorrow, that has not come yet, and don't worry about yesterday, that has already gone. Focus your 100% attention on this moment, on this very moment, on this very present. And what happens when you start focusing, when you start giving your 100%, when you start focusing your total attention and your energy on this moment, on this very present moment, there is no worrying about the future. And there is no ruminating, no regretting about the past. You are 100% focused, you are 100% present in your present moment only, and that is the best moment. Because present, if you do best in your present, in past, in future also you will do best, because all these are interlinked. So try to focus your 100% energy, your 100% thought process on the present moment only, and depression will go away. Because depression comes, negative thoughts emerge when you worry about the future. What will happen tomorrow? And depression also emerge, negative thoughts also emerge when you regret about past. Past is dead, past has gone, it will not come back, and future is not born yet. So what is dead? There is no point in crying over the spilled milk. That has gone, and that has not born yet. There is no point in worrying about that. You just focus on your present moment, and wonderful things happen, my dear friends. I can tell you based on my own experience. If you start living in your present moment, wonderful things can happen. You can start appreciating the beauty all around you. You can start enjoying the beauty of life. You can start the things life has given to you. You start developing a grateful attitude towards life, and that is the most important thing. So according to me, according to my experience, depression 90% is perceived. How you perceive it? Problems 90% are perceived. Obstacles, challenges 90% are perceived. So it is important to work on your thought process. It is very important to work on yourself. And when your thought process is properly aligned, when your thought process is well oriented, you would be able to deal with depression. You would be able to deal with any challenge, any problem in a very effective way. Because you take my words, you have all the resources, you have all the potential at your disposal. The need is just to become aware of what you have. But normally what happens, we give knee-jerk reactions to situations that are happening all around us. And in that knee-jerk reaction, we forget what we have at our disposal. So once we become aware what we have, once we become aware of what we are capable of doing, everything falls in place. Thanks for watching.